Greetings, songwriters and seekers, and welcome back to Muse and Measure. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the subscribe button down below. Here I am trying this green screen thing again. I obviously don't have the right lights for it, so I apologize for the shoddiness. I'm obviously not in this beautiful, luxurious studio behind me. I'm in some cramped little closet in New York City. The glamorous life of a YouTuber. Is that what I am now? Oh my God. What have I become? Anyways, I got a great question that I want to address. Kevin Taylor asked me, what's your opinion on what they call answering songs or follow-up songs from another? I love these types of songs, and it helps me and encourages me to kind of nerd out on this inner dialogue, this inner history going on between songwriters and kind of get to know what their innermost thoughts are. It's kind of like an inside scoop. It's, you know, people just hear the songs, and if they don't know the story behind the songs, you just have this kind of like insider feeling like, oh, I know that they were singing about this other person, and this song is about that. The first example that comes to mind is Lennon and McCartney, you know, amazing collaborators together, but, you know, after the Beatles broke up, they had to sue each other. It was just a big mess. I'm glad that most of them reconciled towards the end before John died. But there's that, you know, example of Paul, and I think it's his second solo album, Ram, where he has that song, Too Many People. Those lyrics are pretty vague in my book. You should definitely take a listen. I'll put links to all these songs down below, but it doesn't seem like any cutting words. He's talking about people in general. But the Beatles, the other Beatles, John, George, and Ringo, felt that these were cuts at them. Maybe they were. I don't hear that so much in the lyrics, but maybe, you know, being in the Beatles, those guys were so close-knit and such a close brotherhood that I think maybe there's even code words there that I don't know about, or just the tone of it, they picked up on that. And John especially took offense to it, so he wrote, "How do you sleep at night?" Which is, there's no mistaking, that's a direct, you know. The only thing you did was yesterday, and now you're just another day, which is like two Paul McCartney songs there in one, references. So John wrote that really kind of nasty response to Too Many People, assuming that's what the response was. And I don't know, it really hurt Paul, and you can see videos of Paul talking about it, how offended he was by it. And maybe he didn't mean too many people to be like that. And just to add a little bit of, you know, a little bit more insult onto it, John did a parody of the Ram cover. On the Ram cover, you can see Paul is holding the horns of the ram. And then John did Pig, where he was doing the same thing, which is pretty funny. I don't know. I like John's biting humor, and you like the drama of it. So it's kind of fun to get into the drama of these response songs too, even though they can be very hurtful to the people that was involved. You know, it's that Jerry Springer, you know, reality show preference that we all have. We all love a little bit of drama, so it's kind of fun to see this drama going on between these artists. Speaking of, so we go back in time a little bit further. Another example is The Wild Side of Life by Hank Thompson, where he's singing about these wayward women who become barflies, and he sings, "I didn't know God made honky tonk angels." So, you know, very kind of one-pointed and definitely a male's point of view. Well, Kitty Wells heard that, and she said, "What? You know, you're blaming these women for, you know, being the way they are? It was men. You know, men are the ones in power. They're the ones who caused these good girls to go wrong." So it was a really great kind of feminist anthem for its time, and became a #1 hit for Kitty Wells. And it has the same exact melody, so it's a direct, like, just rewriting of the lyrics, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if she got sued for that by Hank Thompson, but maybe not. Not if he was smart, because she probably would have written a lot of other scathing ones. Maybe you know about some that she did. Another one where it was definitely kind of acrimony between the two people is Neil Young's Southern Man, where he's really kind of chastising Southern culture and especially the treatment of black people in the South. I think rightfully so. But definitely one-sided and not being sensitive to the pride that Southerners have or had and have about their culture. And, you know, just like any family, you know, people will criticize their brothers and sisters, but as soon as somebody from the outside starts criticizing, then they ruffle their feathers. You don't have the right to do that. So Lynyrd Skynyrd wrote a response to Southern Man called Sweet Home Alabama, which I'm sure you've all heard, probably today even. It's just so ubiquitous, you hear it pretty much every day, whereas Southern Man is more obscure now. And there's that line in Sweet Home Alabama, I hope Neil Young will remember, Southern Man don't need him coming around anyhow. So I heard old Neil put her down, things like that. So these are direct, you know, you can really hear that this is a direct response from one song to another. And 2 great songs came out of it. So it's pretty incredible that just a response to one song could create this huge hit, which I think has been changed now to the state song of Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama. All right, there's some more subtler ones, like, you know, you can just switch genders, you know, like the Beach Boys did the girl from New York City as opposed to the boy from New York City, which was by the ad-libs. So you can just flip the gender. You get this also with The House of the Rising Sun. Whereas you hear the older versions of it, like Bob Dylan's early version of it. I think Woody Guthrie's does this as well, where it's from the female perspective. So that seems to make much more sense, because The House of the Rising Sun is this house of ill repute. It takes in these wayward women who have no other options, because there weren't any other options, you know, for women back in the day, besides becoming nuns maybe. There wasn't a lot of work for women. When it switched to the male perspective, all of a sudden it shifts the meaning. So these boys being taken in or being lured into this house of ill repute, they're not going to be male prostitutes. They're going to be, you know, lured into this sinful life, maybe gambling, drinking, whoring. Sorry to use such an awful term. But so it's interesting how that switch, just switching the gender, totally kind of changes the tone and the meaning of the song. There's other response songs too, like you can respond to your own song, like Lesley Gore did with Judy's Turn to Cry, which was a response to It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To. So it's like the next chapter in it. So that's pretty cool to like have one song and then have the next song build on it, build on the subject matter, even though it's a different song. So that's pretty cool. And then more recent examples. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of examples of this, and please put more in the comments so that we can help build a list here. Anaconda by Nicki Minaj. So kind of taking that Sir Mix-a-Lot song, Baby Got Back, which is an obsession about part of the woman's body, and switching it to sing about your own body and your own parts and all that good stuff. Maybe you want to write a song about parts. I don't know. That's up to you. So let's talk about some things that we can do with this, because since so many people have done this, it's obviously a fruitful area for us as songwriters. So some of the things we've hit on already, but you know, writing response songs is great. I did a lot when I was starting out as a songwriter. I would, you know, if I heard a song and I thought, oh, I want to respond to that, I want to say something about that, I want to take a different perspective. I remember I did that with Nothing Compares to You, the Sinead O'Connor song. I wrote like the perspective of the man from it. I didn't know at the time that Prince wrote it, but I took, you know, the man's point of view and being, you know, complaining about how awful their relationship was. Didn't end up being a great song, but it was really cool exercise at the time. So if you find a song's perspective especially annoying or offensive to you, the response song is really fruitful for inspiring lyrics and, you know, bringing out another song. So use it. You know, any opportunity you have to get a little bit of inspiration and to have the songs kind of, you know, flow, and you get those ideas easily because you're pissed off about what the person said, or you can easily find fault in what they're saying and you want to correct that. Then take that. You know, so write a response song. Absolutely. So you can do a voice flip. So switching perspectives. So like I said, you know, taking, you know, a song about the female experience, sing about it from the male experience, or nowadays from the transgender perspective. Switch it up. There needs to be more songs like that from the transgender perspective, taking these classically binary male and female perspective songs and finding some kind of different approach into it, some kind of other avenue in. So flipping the perspectives is a very cool thing to do when you response songs. You can do a continuation. So what happens next? So taking any song that tells a story and writing the next chapter. Very cool idea. Like what happens to Jack and Diane, these two American kids growing up in the heartland. Bruce Springsteen has a lot of story songs. You could do that with that. Or just take some old folk songs, maybe, and write the next chapter. So counter-arguments, reinterpretations. So just like Neil Young and Lynyrd Skynyrd had that kind of argument about what was going on in the South at the time, you can do the same in your songs. Take a song that has a political message and write the opposite, especially if you feel the opposite. It would be a great exercise in debate and for your own education to take on a perspective that you don't hold yourself, but it's probably going to be harder to get that to flow and to be inspired to write that, so you may not want to take on that task. I really like the idea of a dialogue structure, so you are directly responding, like you're having a conversation with the other song. So using that to come up with lyrics is a really cool way. And also, you can take a spiritual perspective. So you could take a song that's just about something very, very, profane, something bodily, something that's about lust or some kind of greed, and take a higher road to it and write a different perspective on that. So you can respond to it from different planes of the human experience, from the conscious experience of awareness, the spiritual side. You could take it from a Christian side, thinking about what would Jesus say or what would Jesus do in this situation, from a Muslim side, bringing in that perspective, Buddhist, Jewish, whatever your faith is, or if you want to take on that role, it would be very cool to do that other layer. You can also just be very materialistic and scientific about it. So take a love song and respond to it as a scientist would, kind of dissecting what's going on in the relationship from a scientific point of view, like the pheromones being picked up by the other and causing a dopamine rush in the head. That could lead to a very hilarious song, I can imagine, a love song from a scientist's perspective. If that hasn't been done already, you should do it, if you're so inclined, before I do it, and make $1 million off of it. Anyways, so thanks so much, Kevin, for this very fruitful topic. I love response songs. I would love it if you guys could put comments down below and give me some other examples. I know there's thousands of examples. As I was doing this, I was thinking of other ones too that I remember from the past. So go out and write a response song. Next time you hear a song that kind of pisses you off in its perspective or you think it's just dumb, go out and write a response. All right, take care.